That was his mistake.
Was that P90 I seen up there? Or, no?
Yeah, P90 is an option. They throws a lot of weapons at you, in fairness, but you can only hold four. So it really does depend on what kind of loadout you want, you know.
Just fine. Radio in the area is ready. Make a vehicle if you can.
I love how like you blew up the tower, but you didn't really. You just kind of knocked it over. It's literally like something sitting on a table. It's just just like a cat knocked it over.
Yeah, that was actually that was the event. It wasn't the explosion. It was just
Hey, at least we didn't get a loading screen. Oh, there you go. They ragdoll when you hit them. Now that is impressive for its time.
Yep.
Because even like the top games, like Grand Theft Auto and stuff, like you just run them over, they'd be flat on the ground. Like you wouldn't get that ragdoll effect. So this is decent.
Yeah, I mean, like GTA 4 gets all the credit for ragdoll effects, but my God, no, they don't deserve that prize.
No. I'll tell you what definitely wasn't on their list of things to do in this game is points of interest.
Yeah, there's no landmarks, is there?
It's like a generic island with absolutely nothing unique on it. Oh, look, another tree,
I would
another
hope there's
bush.
Easter eggs, but I haven't found any yet. I think I found a landmine.
What the fuck?
I think I found the landmine, Dave.
Yeah, I think this definitely this is a game that would piss you off.
Yeah.
If there was a game that would give you some sort of rage. Oh, it's 3 this time. But
now I know what blew me up.
Oh no. 5 hours later.
Of course, but also because you have the auto saving as well, you can get an auto saving a really sticky point. So sometimes you have to go back to the one beforehand because you'll be stuck with like fuck all health, and you do need a bit of buffer to get you going. Like,
hello, boys.
first of all, good evening.
Oh, look at that aim.
Wrong.
I love I love how you hear the engine start and just a guy runs past you.
The guy just scarpers the car.
I literally just heard an engine start and then the guy ran past. It's like I think you might have put the wrong audio file into that dude's like code.
No,
you know?
no, legit. Like, no, like one guy ran and the other guy drove away.
Oh right, that's what that was.
Yeah, because
Like,
I was trying to nick the Jeep that was there, but they fucking did scarper. So, watch towers, everyone's friend. I was there going like, okay, who hit me? Oh no.
Like I don't even know what that was. Like you literally just an explosion and then you were still okay.
I literally don't know. There was an explosion and there was a dead guy at the post, so I just assume he just blew himself up by accident. Which, as I mentioned before, would be very on brand for a dumb mercenary to do.
True.
At least the birds are unaffected.
So this would be basically Ubisoft's take on Guam.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Which, to be fair, is pretty damn accurate.
As we all know, Guam and the US of A have had a perfectly, like, trouble-free history. No need to Google that whatsoever.
Isn't Guam just a giant naval base?
Yep, pretty much. I think at this stage, I'm pretty much just an abbreviation as opposed to a name.
The shop is called the Super Happy Mart.
Yes.
Wow.
What's the capital of Guam? Walmart. Okay.
Yeah. They have a country club.
Yeah.
And a golf resort.
There you go. You already have me sold, Dave.
So this completely like, I'm not gonna lie. All my preconceived notions about like Micronesia and the Pacific Islands have been completely ruined by looking at Guam. It's way more advanced than I give it credit for.
Well, I'm sure you can get the traditional Micronesian experience.
If any people from Guam are watching, it wasn't intended.
Don't worry, the golf course will be open soon.
Well, they have two. They have two golf resorts.
There you go. See, you're spoiled for choice. If one doesn't work for you, just go to the opposite side of the island. But yes, I'm sure if you know where to look, you can get the traditional Micronesian experience if you want it. I mean, if anything, Far Cry is actually just a tourist advertisement board for certain locations, you know.
Oh,
I mean, you got the
sniper out. Here we go.
Oh yeah. Sniper. So again, because I shot that guy in the jetty, now everyone's going like, "Who's fired the jetty?" and can immediately go, "What the fuck's going on?" And then they'll fan out and start like exposing weak points and that.
You need to regenerate your health just that little bit.
Unfortunately, no. This was before the days of regenerating health, Dave. You have to trust good old-fashioned health packs and armor. This one.
Well, that's what I mean. I don't mean like it'll automatically regenerate, but I think we've all learned from Metal Gear Solid how important rations are.
Oh god, yeah. Always have it on your person. It's realistic too, by the way. You know, a lot of people in wartime hold a ration in their back pocket, and it automatically takes a bullet for them if they're close to death.
Huh. A friend of mine did that. He ordered he has his own flat, and he was like, I need to get lunches for work. So he went onto eBay and ordered like military rations for his lunch. No, I'm not kidding you. He showed up with like a box of the shit. It was like freeze dried everything. And like it was just like, oh, here's like bolognese. But it was in like a dark green like bag, you know. You imagine like military bags,
like a freeze bag, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, you're willingly eating like army food. Like, what are you doing? But hey,
who hurt you, mate? Honestly.
That's what you get for not eating your food.
There you go.
That's what happens.
In fairness, most of our food was probably on the boat that got blown up at the start of the game. So
true.
I don't blame Jack to be working on an empty stomach here, you know?
Okay.
The only thing he's tasting right now is the fucking penicillin that's in all of his health kits at the minute.
I thought you were going to say the penicillin in the plants. I was like, yep, about right.
I mean, if this is a modern Far Cry game, you'd probably be able to cock up some level of hallucinogen out of all these plants. Get a bit of kratom going, you know?
It's funny how like the third installation of most games is the most successful, because like Fallout was the same. Fallout 3 was like the most popular Fallout, and the engine hadn't changed since then to now anyway. So
that's true. GTA can also make their arguments as well.
Yeah, true. Actually, GTA 3 had one of the best storylines. I love that storyline.
Yeah. Although you couldn't quite say the same for Driver. So when when the 3 give it and the 3 give it to take it away sometimes, you know?
Driver. I remember going into the stadium, going on the ground just to get the mini.
Oh, that was in the second game, wasn't it?
The Driver 2.
Yeah. That was great. Or go into Chicago Field and you find a big fucking what's somebody's car from one of the movies. I can't remember what it was. The Steve McQueen's Challenger, I think it was.
The Bullet, yeah, the film from the Mustang.
That's it.
And then you have the getaway.
But you should mention that, Dave. We just played the getaway on this series.
Oh, God. What a game.
Oh boy, I have strong opinions about that game.
To be fair, like, I still have my original copy before they took the BT van out of it, and I'll keep that there. That's not going anywhere. I remember when that game came out, and I specifically remember, like, my mother saying, "Oh, the game that you got is on the news" or something like that. It was basically that BT had threatened to sue unless they took their branding out of the games. They used it without their permission.
They
So
literally just copied and pasted like everything off the from London. They just took pictures of everything in London,
yeah,
likenesses and all, and just did it.
Which is
They didn't
funny
check it legal
because
at
they
all.
basically did what Google were going to do with
Yeah.
their like the Google Earth fans and stuff like that.
Isn't it mad? Isn't it?
I love how they fall after getting shot as well. Like this is really underrated for most of the mechanics, I would say.
Yeah, well, I mean, I suppose they were kind of going for realism over everything else in this game, so that does check out.
Yeah. Because we didn't even see any real advancement in the FPSs till, well, I think the biggest one was Call of Duty 4 might have been like the benchmark after this.
The only thing to do that are Modern Warfare, isn't it? That's always those two.
Call of Duty 4 was the first Modern Warfare game.
Ah, was it? Okay.
And that was like Activision giving you a new benchmark. But before that, up until that, I think this was it, because Modern Warfare didn't come out till 2007.
Yeah.
So before that, this would have been like the pinnacle of FPS, which is funny, given that FPS was like the evolution of it. Like Doom was the beginning, I suppose you could say.
Yeah, no, Doom and Duke Nukem, you'd say, are the start of the
they're the two.
And Wolfenstein as well.
Actually, that's a good point. You had Quake after that. Quake mid 90s, because Quake on the PC, and then it came out Quake 64. I remember the N64 version was really good. Now, this is what surprises me as well, right? For a game from 2004, there's mechanics in games now that are basically they're graphically updated. Obviously, this was fucking how long ago? Nearly, next year it'll be 30 years.
About that, yeah.
Or 20 years, actually, next year. 20
years, yeah.
So, and there's games that are using these mechanics that are not too far off what you're seeing now. Like,
Well, I should point out the version I'm using here is the one that's on Good Old Games, and they patch that on a regular basis. It's not like Steam where they kind of leave it as is.
As is, yeah.
So they do tend to update it on, and that's the advantage over Good Old Games over Steam, is that if there is something that's kind of usually crockety, like say Vampire the Masquerade, let's say, if you play the Good Old Games version, that's normally the patched one, as opposed to the broken mess that was put out initially, and that's the one that's normally on Steam.
See, I got a Metal Gear Solid port from GOG, and it was okay, but like there was no controller support, which was a bit annoying.
That was probably integral, wasn't it? The PC port of Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, because well, Metal Gear Solid was a console game ported for PC, so it's like having to do that on GOG with like a mouse and keyboard. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. That's not how it's done. But it is good for some things. Like I do get like daily offers from them and things like that.
Yeah. No, they do good work. I do appreciate their work.
I like how you can link all of your platforms on it as well.
Yes. No, you can't really go wrong with them, in fairness. But yeah. So this is the third attempt at this mission now, and I'm starting to, I wouldn't say strategic. I'm just trying to go, how can I kill these cunts in the quickest possible time?
Yeah. Look at the range you're getting on this.
It's not even that, but like that's a powerful fucking rifle because that guy did a flip afterwards. Like he sold that bullet, man. He really fucking did. So the one annoying part is that there was a guy just in the hangar part there in the boathouse. There was a guy just hanging on there for the longest fucking time.
Man,
So
I get that in Call of Duty today with the fucking latest one, where you walk in, there's an AI like right there. For fuck's sake.
So it's even to try and lure out the fucker is the problem. Whoa, nice.
Woohoo!
Yeah, obviously you're supposed to mark these guys out with the binoculars and stuff and so forth.
Yeah,
But obviously, depending on the vantage point, you only get to see you only get a certain amount before at any given stage. So
It's like you're trying to kill fish.
I'm trying to give a distraction, Dave. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, one bullet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
We're back to 7.
Bye.
There's just one guy hiding somewhere, and you can tell he's on the radar somewhere.
He is. He's in that bush.
Hey, bastard!
Oh my god, the first Far
He was the
Cry.
last fucker in the area. By the fairness, there's another one on the jetty, but you know.
You should be approaching the pier shortly. As soon as you secure the area, I'll pick you up.
Right.
Right.
This guy just really isn't a nuisance. Like, hey, you're gonna have to kill everyone here, or I'm not coming out. Yeah, it's your problem now. Now, obviously, you can with the binoculars, you're able to listen in on people's conversations.
Yeah.
And in theory, that's supposed to give you kind of a bit of knowledge on what's their patterns are going to be and so forth. But, like, broadly speaking, that it's just fluff, really.
So this is what, fourth time?
4th time, yeah. And to my knowledge, this is the successful run. Fuck that guy in particular.
Yeah, you really did have like there was a lot of hostility behind that shot.
That
So,
was
like,
a spiteful shot. Yeah. I'm doing a Ned Flanders with the sniper. There's Homer. There's Homer. There's Homer.
There's Homer. There's Homer.
There's Homer.
There's Homer. Was that when he was in the tower with the sniper?
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, this is so fucking good. There's Homer. Oh, another hanger wanker.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Boathouse
Bye-bye.
wanker.
Absolute bellend.
There's always one in the party, isn't there? There's always a fucking
Your
camper.
your ma's on the dole. Get out. Get out.
I don't think that these meatheads will really take that personally. You know, they all seem like they love their mothers.
Oh, look at you standing too close together.
That's what we call in the game a tactical error.
Hanger wanker. Number 2 gone.
There's fucking 2 of them this time.
Bye bye.
Always come in pairs, lads. I'm telling you. The thought that also crossed my mind of just taking the Jeep and driving it into the jetty. Hopefully.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
That was an option. And area clear.
There you go.
There you go.
Finally.
Yep. And now we can enjoy the peaceful solitude as we wait for a man in a boat. And of course, now that you're waiting for somebody, you're now paranoid that someone's going to come up behind you and shoot in the back. So.
It is the type of game where that type of thing could happen.
Wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
But no, thankfully this is all above board for now. And now at this point of the game, like, you know, this has all just been a bit of fun, shooting mercenaries and so forth. But now, Dave, after a couple of hours of gameplay, we now get the plot.
Look, cinematics.
I've been expecting.
Re-rendered.
They moved the girl. Get in. Get under there. If they see you, we're both dead.
Who's gonna see us?
You don't want to know.
What are you going to do to help us, Dr. Grey Temples?
I'll be in touch.
Wow. Glorified taxi driver.
Oh, yeah. Keep the
Fuck's
change.
sake. He's not the least bit helpful.
You were literally just doing his bidding.
He's the real villain in
They
all
have
of
a
this.
radar observation center there that would have
He does kind of remind me of, what's his name, Gianluca.
search facility.
He's in fucking everything nowadays, but he's in the most recent Far Cry as the villain.
Can't talk
Yeah,
about that.
Giancarlo
Just keep
Esposito.
an eye out for anything
Esposito,
moving.
that's his name.
Yes,
Yeah, he
yeah.
kind of reminds you of him.
Well, it is.
Like, if Far Cry was rebooted, if the first game was rebooted, he would be cast as this Duffy character.
I can see it. I can see it.
Because he also has that very kind of insidious tone to his voice, where, like, you're very clearly doing his bidding. He's very clearly evil, but you have no proof, and there's nothing you can do about it anyway.
Yeah. Did he say they had a radar tower somewhere?
They do. They have a radar tower, and they have a testing base. So, basically, you have a choice. Either, like, basically get your wang out and kill as many, like, people as you can. Literally just, like,
Get your
properly
wang.
just go down the throat and start shooting. Or you actually try and sneak through.
I love that. Get your wang out and just slap it around the place.
But essentially, yeah. Like, that's it. And to be fair, with Far Cry, that's your one of two options when you're playing this. Either go aggro, or you go slightly less aggro.
Madness.
And again, this will be a wonderful time to get some sniper rifle action going, but no ammo, so have to do the old
Whip-it-oo! Whip-it-oo!
I'll leave it out. Thankfully, these remarkable range on the on this assault rifle, so you know, works out just as well.
I've been tempted to do a play along of the early Silent Hill games.
Oh,
Like, that'd be that'd be fun.
I've tried to play Silent Hill, particularly the second game. I've learned, as someone who was finally, after years of getting on top of my anxiety, I can't play it. Because I played like an hour and nothing happens, right? There's no enemies around. But you can hear them and you can see them. They're not attacking you. And then after an hour, I'm going like, why is my back sweaty? There's like, fucking hell. Like, this is like, it's just that latent level of anxiety just kicks in. It's like, okay, I actually can't play this. It's triggering me.
It's like Resident Evil. Like, I can't play Resident Evil 1 or 2 anymore.
Because you're waiting for the scares, yeah.
Man, it's not even the scares. It's the fact that there's no sound other than, like, your footsteps and you run around. Like, the ambience is your footsteps. You're like, oh my fucking god.
That I suppose is the art of the horror game, isn't it? Is making you feel unsettled, like, so.
That's why I don't think I could ever play Phasmophobia. Like, I just could